What is going on, guys? So today is the day we are going to start tearing down the motor and getting it ready for the build. We're getting ready to smash all those parts into it and see if we can get some better lighting here. But this is it. Back. So I'm going to start just kind of tearing it down, cleaning it up, seeing what we're going to use, what we're not going to use. I have a spare motor in the 240. I'm a little worried about this one. It did have some rod knock when it was in the Camaro, so hopefully it didn't smash up the crank too bad. If it did, we'll probably rob the crank and rotating assembly out of that other motor. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just get started tearing this thing down. We are gonna get rid of this pulley though. This thing is kind of chewed up and beat up, so we'll probably rob the pulley off of that one. But yeah, enough jibber jabber. Let's just get tearing this thing down.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity.
All right, so we pretty much got it mostly tore down. All we got is the lower rotating assembly left to do. I am going to run to the store and buy myself some stamps so I can stamp 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way along the way. So we keep these because a lot of people, I don't know if you know or whatever, but these are internally balanced. So you want to keep the crank rods and everywhere in the same position as they were as they came out. We're just going to be freshening everything up, hoping that the crank is good. We will go ahead and just put new bearings in all of these. I've got everything that we should need to do this. So I just want to make sure we're labeling these and putting them back in their corresponding holes. And I also need to get a hone. That's the other thing I want to do, is hone these cylinder walls out before we put them back in with the new rings. So yeah, we're just gonna go to the store, pick up a bunch of stuff that we need, and then we'll come back and get back at it.
I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just give me up. Don't be
Alright guys, so camera died while I was pulling it apart. Didn't notice it, so got to start it back up. It's a bad luck week. I don't know. So we were in the middle of tearing it down yesterday, and I ended up having to take the wife to the hospital. She's still there. Nothing too crazy, but it's a little crazy. So we took her to a different town and whatnot. So, you know, with COVID, all that stuff, they don't allow a lot of people being there. She just wants to sleep. So me and my boy came back to town and just started working on the motor again and started tearing it down. And you know, it's part of the luck. So I don't know if you can see down here. I'll turn the light on. We have got some gouging in the cylinders. It looks worse than it is, but there's a few of them I can catch my finger on. So that's no good. But the worst of it is the crank. The rod bearings weren't too bad. There's a few little gouges in them, but the main bearings are toast. I don't know if you can hear that. They are just gone. Not smooth like they should be. So, I'm going to take a second back and try to game plan. I've got a buddy who's got a 4.8 that is literally ready to go. What I mean by ready to go is ready to be assembled. He's already had it honed. Everything's good to go. It just needs to gap the rings and all that good stuff and assemble it. So we've got that option. Possibly I could pick it up from him for about $1,000 with everything that he's got with it. My other option is we can pull this other motor apart and use another 5.3 and see how good this one is. I'm a little worried about this one because it had been left outside with all the holes open. So, like I said, that's why we called it a dummy block, and we were going to rebuild it at some point in time, have it machined and all that good stuff. So, I don't think we'd be much better off trying to tear this one down and just use it without having some machining and stuff done like that. I'm not sure how good the honing, I bought a honing tool yesterday for this block, but I'm not sure how much of that honing is going to take all these out. So the block, I believe, is just completely savable. That is not a problem. Not worried about the block. The crank is obviously what I'm worried about. Got to get a crank that's going to work. I'm going to have to do a little research. Maybe the 4.8 crank is exactly the same and it's just the rod distance. I'm not sure. I'll have to look on that, because then maybe I can pick up that other motor from him and use the crank in the 5.3, so we still have a 5.3 in the car instead of the 4.8. I don't know. It's Tuesday. We were trying to get the car ready for the races on Saturday. It is a long shot. We still got to get the motor built, put in, ECU in, started up, you know, make sure there's no leaks, all that good stuff, and then start getting a little bit of a tune into it. We were hoping to get down there on Saturday, not be competitive, just do the test and tune, and you know, go out and just start working the car, start figuring out and working out the kinks. So that was the goal. Want to get you guys some footage besides me just being in the shop building. There is also a car show up in Sheridan on Saturday as well. Another subscriber that just found us, he's got a 260. He found us and he was like super surprised that, you know, a YouTuber out of Wyoming was so close. So he actually invited us up to come up to Sheridan and come check out the car show on Saturday and come check out his car. So that's an option as well. Still note in mind, wife's in the hospital. So I'm just burning time in between, you know, her resting and things like that. So we may not be doing anything. We may be just getting down there and taking care of her. So we're going to wish her the best of luck, and I hope she starts feeling better. And yeah, we'll just keep rocking and rolling. What's up? Look at this dirty guy. He's been helping me tear this motor down. He's really enjoying it too. You like motors, don't you?
Yes.
The lady at Napa yesterday was so surprised, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, what? But anyway, we'll regroup. We'll catch y'all later. All right. Got the motor out of the 240. Came out fairly easy. All was good. Whatnot. Another huge loss. I started tearing it down, and this is just the one side. So they had the heads off before, and they must not have put it all the way back on. Look at this. Dirt and rust. So they just didn't install it all the way back on, and then it sat outside. So ultimately, that's a dummy block. I'm sure we can go get it bored out and whatnot. But even the water jackets and ports are pretty bad. Yep.
Gross.
Another loss. So we'll regroup again. We'll figure out what we're gonna do.
Bye.
Damn.